Hi, Alex Fortey here at The Art of Simple Golf. Today I am talking about the Total Golf Trainer. This is really neat because, as you can see, it's like a little box of goodies, but we have several training aids within one sort of concept really. And whether you want to improve the hip movement, arm fold, wrist compression, whatever it might be, this is helping with so many facets of your golf swing. Now it's visual, it's feel, and it's not complicated to kind of encompass these into your practice routine and really improve your swing. So I'm not going to go into great in depth about some of these things, but I wanted to give a quick review to show how it might apply to you. And I'm going to stick on some of these little clips, show you what they do, and we'll see how we get on. All right, so if you like this video, just leave any questions that you may have, and if you haven't already, please like, subscribe to the channel, and click that little notification bell. It annoys me for saying that stuff, it annoys me when other people say it, but I want you to get the lessons, all right? And when you click the bell, you get notified. Okay, so number one is this Weedle device here that I'm able to put on top of the club. You just slot it in, you attach it that way, very simple. Now this has a device that comes on and off, okay? So you put it in here, and what this is going to do was actually a couple of things with this on the end of the club. As I'll show you this way, there's a feeling that we like to have as we take the club back. We want to be able to match the plane. So with this, the black red ball can point more or less at the ball, the target ball, okay, for the halfway back position. But where this really pays dividends is when we set up. Okay, granted the hands are a little bit too forward pressed in this sense, okay, but as we take the club back in sequence, we want to be able to ideally swing through. Okay, swing through this way without hitting ourselves. And this isn't like a knife or anything, so it's not going to hurt too much, but we want to be able to extend through. So if I show you from this angle, so we're coming here, so it's pointing down, and we make the transition through, and I'm not striking myself, because what you'll find is many of you will sort of do this kind of movement, okay, or try and wrap the hands and it will break that way. Well, not break, but it will fold that way. So we want to try and have this kind of sensation. Doing that through the ball, okay, is really going to help you use your larger muscles, compress it with a lot less effort. Now the other alternative to this is flipping it around on this side. I'm going to show you here, because obviously we're not really going to be able to hit golf balls like this, okay, but we're going to go backwards this way, but that's going to enable us to, if we want to free this up, we place it on the hip, we make a backswing, and it's freeing ourselves up. So now we can make a full golf swing. So it's kind of like a swing sequence. If you find that you pick it up a little bit too much, or you're pulling the hands in a bit too much, what we're trying to do is free this away from the body. There. What that's going to do is give us some width, and in a nice sort of position there, and then we can swing through. Okay, so that's that. It's a bit of tough love, especially through the ball. You might get a few little marks here, but it doesn't hurt because this is all just sponge anyway. Let's go on to the next one. So this is called the arm trainer, but this has multiple uses when you know how. Okay, so basically this is sort of a wrist attachment. Now I don't have the wrist strap, because you'll understand why in a moment, but here's something that is going to help us. We want to secure it a little bit more, but what I'm going to show you is, as we're swinging through, okay, if that's attached correctly, we want to be able to get the compression on the back of the hand, because we want the hands to not be flipping this way. We want the back of the hand to be here, because that's the feeling of compression. So if we set this up correctly, okay, what that's going to do is, as we swing through, okay, we can maintain the back of the hand onto that ball to ensure that the hands are leading the club head and we're getting that shaft lean. Now I'm holding it like in that manner just because the strap isn't tight, because you'll see why in a second, but we want that sensation, okay? There. So I like it because it's so subtle, but all you have to do, you're going to forget about everything else as you're swinging this. You're going to forget about everything else. All you're going to try and do is keep the back of the hand on that there. All right. The other way to use this is on the back of the wrist. So we're going to put it on this hand. So I've even done a video where you use a credit card, but this is enabling us to, as we make a backswing, okay, to not be too bowed. If you're Dustin Johnson, it can work, but what we're after is sort of neutral for most of us. But we also don't want it to be too cupped, okay? So having it a flat wrist on the way back is really beneficial to keep that neutrality. So that feeling here is what's going to give us consistency, because these variables, what a lot of us might do, whether we're going back, we're cupping the wrist too much, or we're bowing too much, you know, it causes inconsistency. So this gives a neutrality, which is wonderful. The next one, which is actually my buddy Andreas Carli showed me this. What we're going to do is place this around the bicep, okay? So the next one is putting this around the bicep with the bigger strap. That's why I use the bigger strap, just so I didn't have to change it out. But just folding it up slightly here, what this is enabling us to do, if I show you from this direction, is we don't want too straighter arms, but we certainly don't want too bent either, okay? We want a nice sort of consistent elbow fold quite late in the backswing. We don't want it too early like this. We want that to repeat, but we also want it to sort of match on plane, because we can fold this way and it's going to miss. We can fold this way and it's going to hit. All right, so the feeling we want with this elbow is, if I show you right close up here, if we show from this angle, we want it to be there. So we're bringing it round there, and we hit that spot. It's kind of squeezing the bicep there, and then as we come down, it releases, okay? That's the feeling. So as I'm making just regular golf swings, I can even hit shots to try and, you know, fit that, you know, get that sensation of hitting that spot, and it does, and it stays there, and it's that feeling and sensation. So when we come and actually hit regular shots, the idea is that we've trained, hence the golf trainer. Okay, let's get on to the next one. All right, do you have problems with getting the hips through the ball? This snazzy little device, it's just a belt attachment that I've hooked on here, very simple. I've put the extended rod into it. But if you have a tendency, okay, let's point it that way a little bit. If you have a tendency to restrict the hips a bit too much, okay, for one, it's going to help you get that correct sort of turn to the 45 degree, so you're not pointing too much that way. But the key is, as we're swinging through, we want to be able to clear the hips, right? Too many of us are going to be hitting the ball this way and actually getting in the way and striking that. We want to, in sequence, be able to swing through to a full finish without hitting this object. So it's so simple to use, and the feeling you want is just moving through and clearing that out the way, and ideally the hands will just follow suit. Okay, pretty easy. So that's just a few of the drills, exercises, training you can do with the Total Trainer, and it's awesome. So many things in one box. Know how to use them. Find what's going to work for you, what you need to perhaps work on your swing. If you have any questions about it, let me know. But there's a link down below as well that's going to give you a promo that's going to help you save money. But I am confident that if you get this, you're going to find one or two things that really help you transform your swing, so you can just focus on playing and enjoying. Well, I hope you got something out of that. You know, golf has to be simple. It has to be enjoyable. And if you want to really learn some fundamentals that are going to transform every facet of your game, just click the link below. It's a free video series that we used to actually charge for, but you're getting for absolutely free. And it's going to blow some paradigms. It's going to keep things simple, and it is going to help you play a better golf. And it's not necessarily what you think you need to do, or most likely what you've been told to do before. So follow that link below, like and subscribe to the channel, and if you have any questions, you can always leave them below, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.